Hey guys, welcome to another LightMAYker video with me, Cassandra. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I love having you here. And today I want to talk about a topic that people like to pretend doesn't exist. And that is disappointment. So I just wanted to kind of burst this bubble that I feel like kind of goes on sometimes in this self-help, spiritual, positivity community, that we don't get disappointed. I don't think you ever transcend the level of, of feelings. In fact, I'm positive you don't. That's a beautiful thing about this human experience, is that we feel the whole spectrum. We feel the joy and we feel the sadness. And so, when you go through a breakup, when you lose a job, when you get into a fight with someone, when some sort of whatever it was doesn't go the way that you were really hoping it to, we can feel sad and we can feel disappointed. And I think a lot of times, at least for me, and I noticed it with some of my girlfriends and my clients, when you're in that state of disappointment, it's really hard to hear everything happens for a reason. And I will say that the farther you go along, the more you really sit with that. You really do know it, and you really do, it doesn't necessarily stop you from feeling feelings or from being sad or from being disappointed or from being frustrated. But there is a silent knowing and almost a peace in knowing that, okay, everything happens for a reason, and if I was meant to go that way or I was meant to do that, it would have happened. And then there's also, a certain amount of self-responsibility you want to take and say, okay, well, I do want to clean up my side of the street and see if there was anything in this situation that perhaps I could have showed up more fully for. But what I have found to be most helpful when dealing with disappointment, and this really helped me recently when I was going through, a bit of an ending in a relationship that was dear to me, was to realize that it's just one moment over the course of a lifetime. And I think so often we make one moment our entire lifetime, instead of realizing that this is just one moment, of many of our lifetime. And sometimes when we're in the middle, when we're in it, it's hard to see it. But just that one thought of really realizing that, this is one moment in the span of a lifetime can give you that altitude that I'm always talking about, which is giving you that perspective from being able to, see the situation from above it and look down and say, okay, you know what, this stinks right now. And I'm probably going to spend the next few days being upset about it and maybe hanging out with my girlfriends, maybe sleeping a little bit more, or taking baths and watching whatever Game of Thrones or whatever you're watching to just kind of give yourself some time to recoup from it. Sure, but you know what? In the bit grander scheme of things, this will really be like a speck on the universe of your life. And for me, that's always been really helpful, because I know when I'm in that, when I'm really stuck in that place, I feel like this is it. This is all of it. And to remember that it's just a speck is really, for me, is really helpful. So let me know in the comments below if that gives you any solace, if that is helpful for you. And one other thing I'll leave you with is something that I heard recently from Oprah. She was talking about failure. And failure can come in many different forms. You can feel failure over a relationship not working out. You can feel failure over a project not working out, or, your finances, or many things, right? You can, or even a physical fitness thing, right? You can feel failure there. And whenever you feel failure, she kind of talks about failure being like this beautiful redirection, right? Failure is kind of the universe's way of saying, hey, what you've been doing right now is not working. It's time to think of a different way. It doesn't necessarily always mean to, not go for something, right? If you really, want to, make $1 million, let's say, and maybe your first thing you you do fails, okay? Okay, sure, so that fails, but that's just redirection. Like, that one doesn't work. Let's try a different route. Same thing with relationships or anything like that. When something fails, it's just cosmic redirection. And I'm thinking, okay, so whether that direction is that was the wrong person, or maybe you didn't bring the right version of you into the equation. Both instances are really just redirection and saying, okay, let's switch this up, let's do this differently. And I think when you look at failure like that, failure is the universe just kind of always guiding you, right? Making sure you're on course to the best place that you can end up. And oftentimes it doesn't look like that right away, and it can be hard to see that. But I think if we give ourselves that altitude and we say, hey, this is one instance in, a whole lifetime, and through that altitude are able to really see, okay, maybe this is just some redirection, and where can I go from here, and how can I, take what I've learned and now move forward with it. So I hope this helps you, and I hope that if you're struggling with disappointment right now, you know that you're not alone. It happens to all of us, and that using these tools and just consciously, keep reminding yourself of it. When we're in that emotional place, it really does take us flexing our own muscles and us bringing our spiritual tool back. Meditate, meditate, meditate. I can't say it enough. If you're hurting right now, meditation is the best medicine I can offer you. So head on over to one of the other videos, like my beginner's guided meditation. That's a beautiful meditation for letting go, or my meditation for self-love. I will include them in the links below. If you are in a place right now where you need them, I hope that they serve you. And please share with me. Let me know what's going on for you right now. Let me know if this was helpful. Feel free to share your tips for navigating disappointment. I'm sure that the audience would love to hear from you as well. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. I also am doing a live event in New York City and offering a recording of that event if you're not in New York City to make it. And I'll include the links below. That will be on Friday, May 27th. So if you're in New York City and you're watching this, I want to see you there. It's going to be an awesome event, and I can't wait to see you in person. Bye, guys. Mwah!